13-year-old Seth Walsh was taunted for years and even had a teacher call him, quote, fruity in front of an entire class before hanging himself. 15-year-old Billy Lucas was told by classmates that he was a, quote, piece of crap and, quote, didn't deserve to live before hanging himself. And 13-year-old Asher Brown was tripped by a classmate and fell down a staircase. When he started to collect his books, the bully kicked him again. Brown shot himself that night. It's a problem seen over and over again in recent years as out gay kids face name-calling, bullying, and worse in school.
I remember this one day I was sitting on the bus and they were chanting F-A-G-E-T to the rhyme of bingo. They couldn't spell faggot back then. And they were being particularly malicious that day, so I moved to the front of the bus so I could get away from them. But whenever I stood up, the bus driver slammed on the brakes. And I hit the aisle and I slid, and as I was sliding, a kid stuck his shoe out in the aisle. My face ran across it and it cut my cheek open and blood started pouring out of my cheek. And the worst part was that the bus driver didn't do anything and everyone laughed at me as I ran off the bus crying.
Shepard went to high school in Florida, one of nearly 40 states that do not have laws protecting LGBT students from discrimination. California passed its Student Safety and Violence Prevention Act in 2000, but it doesn't always help. High school senior Blake Danford says he continues to be bullied.
I've been sitting in classrooms before where even a teacher has like used the word fag in conversation or when retelling a story or something like that. And I think if there was more understanding of knowing that things like that absolutely were not okay, I think it wouldn't be as big of a problem as it is.
Danford's high school is one of 800 California high schools with gay-straight alliances, but he says even that only goes so far.
We are limited in what we can do, as far as on-campus activities and stuff like that. For Day of Silence every year, which has not been very successful in the past. But we're absolutely not allowed to advertise for Day of Silence.
The problem's not just school-based, says the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network leader for Orange County.
Look, we still have legalized discrimination against queer people, so as long as that stays in place, I think it's really difficult to tell kids that there isn't something wrong with LGBT people when it's at least enshrined in the law that there is.
Suicides seldom have just one cause. LGBT kids are 4 times more likely than their straight counterparts to attempt suicide, a fact that means educators need to check their own biases at the schoolhouse doors. For J507, this is John Hobbs.